Hello and welcome to Study 10M, and today we will be exploring the basics of world geography. In previous lesson we learned the earth and the members of the solar system, and today we will learn internal structure and composition of the earth. The earth's crust. The outermost solid cover or shell of the earth is known as the earth's crust. The thickness of the crust is about 30 km. The crust is the outermost and the thinnest layer of the earth. This layer has the least density and its thickness varies about 8 to 40 km. Mohorovic discontinuity or Moho marks the lower limit of the crust. This layer is also called CL, silica and aluminum. The average density of this layer is 2.7 gram a centimeter. It is thicker in the region of the continents and thinner in the region of the ocean floors. The upper part of the crust consists of silica and aluminum in greater proportions, that is why it called CL. Whereas the lower part of the crust is called sima because the proportion of silica and magnesium is higher in this part. The mantle. This layer is the intermediate layer of the earth in the terms of both its location and density. It is about 2900 km in thickness. It is divided into further two layers, upper mantle and lower mantle. The upper part of the mantle is called the asthenosphere, which is about 250 km thick. The mantle layer is also known as sima, silica and magnesium. The average density of this layer is about 5.68 gram. The transitional zone separating the mantle from the core is called the Gutenberg discontinuity. Discontinuities. The various layers are separated by discontinuities which are evident in seismic data. Concord discontinuity lies between upper crust and lower crust. Mohorovic discontinuity lies between crust and mantle. Gutenberg discontinuity lies between core and mantle. Here the Earth's density as well as velocity of P waves increases. Lehman discontinuity divides upper core and lower core. Rapid discontinuity lies between upper mantle and lower mantle. Core. The core is the innermost layer of the earth and occupies its center. It is about 3500 km in radius. The outer part of the core is believed to have the properties of a liquid, and the innermost part of the core may be called solid or crystalline. This layer is also known as knife, nickel and iron. Temperature of the core is between 2200 degrees Celsius and 2750 degrees Celsius. Density of this part of the earth is 17.2 gram. Composition of earth made of over 100 elements. 8 most abundant elements in the earth crust is oxygen, aluminum, calcium, potassium, magnesium, silicon, iron and sodium. Continental drift theory. This theory was given by Alfred Wagner in 1915 to explain the origin and evolution of the continents and the oceans. According to this theory, about 250 million years ago, there was only one continent named Pangaea, surrounded by one mass of water body named Pantasala. The present shape of the continents and oceans is due to the break of Pangaea. The breaking process started about 200 million years ago. The northern rifts cut Pangaea from east to west, creating Laurasia in the north and Gondwana land in south. A shallow sea called Tethys was situated between the Laurasia and Gondwana land. Seafloor spreading theory. The concept of seafloor spreading was first formulated by Harry Hayes in the year of 1960. According to this theory, the mid-oceanic ridges were situated on the rising thermal collective convective current coming from mantle. The oceanic crust moves in opposite directions from the mid-oceanic ridges, and thus there is a continuous upwelling of new molten materials along the mid-oceanic ridges. These molten masses cool down and solidify to form new crust. Plate tectonics. Plate tectonic is a scientific theory that describes the large-scale motions of Earth's lithosphere. The theory of plate tectonics states that the lithosphere is divided into several rigid segments, which include both oceanic and continental crusts. These segments are called plates and they are moving on the asthenosphere, which is not a liquid but a solid which flows under stress. About 20 such plates have been identified. There are 7 major plates such as Eurasia, Antarctica, North America, Pacific, African and Indian plates. Plate margins. Depending upon the types of movement, plate margins are of three types: divergent plate margin, convergent plate margin, parallel plate margin. Collision can occur between two oceanic plates, one oceanic and one continental plate, or two continuational plates. External forces. The forces affecting the surface of the earth from outside are called external or exogenous forces. Weathering or erosion are the example of external forces. Endogenetic or internal forces. The forces originating in the interior of the earth are called the internal or the endogenetic forces. Volcanics, earthquakes, and landslides are the example of internal forces. These forces are of two types. Sudden endogenic forces. Sudden endogenic forces are the result of long period preparation deep within the earth, but their cumulative effects on earth's surface are quick and sudden. Diastrophic forces include both vertical and horizontal movements which are caused due to the forces deep within the earth. These diastrophic forces operate very slowly and their efforts became discernible after thousands and millions of years. These forces, termed as constructive forces, affect larger areas of the globe and produce meso-level reliefs. For example, mountains, plateaus, plains, lakes, big faults, etc. These disastrophic forces are further subdivided in two groups, namely epirogenetic forces and orogenetic forces. Epirogenetic forces, it causes upliftment and subsidence of continental masses through upward movements and are in fact vertical movements. These forces and resultant movements affect larger parts of the continent. Orogenetic forces. Orogenetic movement is called due to the endogenetic forces working in horizontal movement. Horizontal forces and movement are also called as tangential forces. Orogenetic or horizontal forces work in two ways, namely in opposite direction and towards each other. When it operates in opposite directions, called tensional force. Tensional force creates faulting, cracking, and fracture. Tensional forces are also called as divergent forces. The forces when operate face to face is called compression forces or convergent forces. Compression creates folding and wrapping. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe to Study 10M for more exciting geography lessons. Thanks for watching. And if you have any question, then comment below.